Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year's to everybody. This is being filmed at 12:59 right now a.m. January 1st, 2018, which is wild. I survived the year. Don't ask me how I did it, because I don't know. I myself don't have a clue, so I can't tell you. Well, maybe I know. Okay. But also, sorry about the screen being blurry. It's just either I turned the lights off and it's just blue, like it looks like a slushie or something, with a white border around it somewhat and some icons on it, but it just looks like a slushie. So yeah, we're gonna have to see with this one, but I'm gonna show this off here. It's and let me actually real quick here. I'll say about this Mac OS 10 version 10.4.11, which is Mac OS 10 Tiger. It's an iBook G3, not the clamshell one with all the different colors that match the original year 2000 iMacs. This is the Snow White version of it, with the slightly gray shell here, which I'm going to show this off a little bit later so I don't screw with the camera. I'm not going to do it right now, but yeah, I'm going to actually hold on while I do this. Hopefully it doesn't knock the video out. I'm going to plug my mouse and keyboard from my iMac into my iBook here, because I'm recording on the iMac and I don't want to knock out the video. Okay. It's going to take a little bit. There we go. And how I've been getting stuff onto this is it has, and for WARPUDDY, if you're watching this, I might send this to you because I'm talking to you about Mac stuff right now. I might send this to you so you might see this, but it has an airport card in it. I got all sorts of stuff here. It has an airport card in it. When they say airport ready, it doesn't actually, and it confused me too at first. It doesn't mean like you can, it's like set up for use at an airport. This is the Wi-Fi card that comes in it. If you can take the keyboard out. These two things right here, just pull back on them, and you can take the keyboard off, and then you can see this right away, and you can take it out. So that's just their wireless card. Can only do WPA, can't do WPA2, so you're gonna have to tweak your router to get this thing to work, which I didn't want to do because I'm not the only one living here. So, yeah. So that is that. I took mine out because I don't have any use for it, since of course I can't use it anyway. I took it out, and I can plug it in through Ethernet. I have a cord running right here, but unfortunately, just due to the specs, I can't. Which I'm gonna list the specs off here in a second, but it's just not good enough for any sort of modern web browsing, any sort of modern stuff like that. It's just not good enough for that. I really wish I actually had brought my PC over here so I could have the color options here. So I'm sorry about this, but it's the best I can do right now. Since the PC that's right here, it doesn't have the LifeCam software, and it's not connected to the internet, so there's no way to download it right now. And another quick heads up is that I bought this adapter here, which is mini DVI to VGA for use on this monitor right here, or another one. The connector on the iMac, which is right there, my 2006 iMac, is not the same as the one on this. The one on this is literally just this, so you can't plug it in. You have to buy a special one. So heads up, it's not the same as the ones for the iMacs. So put that away here. And it has, for the specs here, I'll give them off, even though you can't see this right now. It's an 800 megahertz PowerPC G3 processor. This is the stock. This is exactly how it would have come. There's no upgrades done to it. 256 megabytes of SD RAM. Airport ready once again. Once again has 10.4.11 installed, and also has classic environment installed, so I can use my OS 9 apps and stuff. Oh, I have my mouse over here. And yeah, so it has a 40 gigabyte hard drive, if I'm correct. Let me check this out. I think it might tell me. Yeah, actually it's a 20 gigabyte, it seems. Get info for Mac HD here. The size of it is 27 gigabytes, so just basically a 30 gigabyte hard drive. Of course, that's not not how much they give you in reality. So, yep. And what I have installed on it here, I'm gonna show you guys. This here is I have right now really nothing on it. There's this web stuff here. WoW is the folder name, which has Civilization 3 in it, which I did get this to install. You just have to mount this disc, which is yeah, Mac Games Civilization 3 DMG. You have to mount that. Which you're gonna. If it helps, let me get some CDs. I'm gonna stack some stuff up and make this look a little nicer, so I can show you guys what I'm doing here. Or I need more. Yes, I'll need more because I need it to be taller. Oh, even better, cassette tapes. Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. That's what it is right there. So, once again, it wants to, like, look, it's like bleached. Totally bleached. Anything I can do there? Hello? Focus. Nothing. I'm going to turn the screen brightness down all the way so I can't see what I'm doing, but maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. I do apologize for this. I probably will actually, this might not be my final take. Let me do displays here. Turn the brightness down all the way. Not that low. There we go. That's better. So you can kind of tell what I'm doing there. There we go. So you can read that text. Okay. Now, for this you got to mount. I'm sorry about the wobbling. Scan, man. There's not really much I can do about it. Let me actually, also so I have a little bit more room to sit, I'm going to scoot this over. Like that. Just kind of do that. Alright. Now, so Civilization 3, I'm not going to show this running. Once again, just mount this disc and you can run it. It's not the complete edition with all the expansions. So, also on here I have installed 10.4 Fox, which is based on modern versions of Firefox. Works okay, just you can't do YouTube or anything like that. Here's Firefox, which is an older version of it. Windows Media Player, which came included with Office 2004 here. So, and on other games here, I have yet to install a whole lot of stuff on this, but the classic environment, I'll start it up here, which is the cool part. This would have originally been set up to run, I believe, a later version of macOS 10 Jaguar. It would have had the capacity to boot into 9.22 here. Because actually, while this is from 2001, this version of the iBook, the specs on this one, like this revision, like the look of it, is from 2001. This exact revision is dated, I believe, April or March 2003. So, let me show you guys here kind of this OS 9 thing. Get items here. Calculator app, and as you can see, it changed it to the old OS 9 thing, and you can even actually, this is a cool thing to me, you can change this, and of course you can actually, to make it look as authentic as possible, if you really wanted to, you could set it to, if you for some reason are not willing to install OS 9, you can remove the icon for your hard drive, make it so that the dock is auto hidden, and just change your background, download a background online for one of these, and you can change it to all these ones, which I have to remove the picture, but you can change these. So that's about as realistic as you're going to get, and you can do all this stuff. There's all these different themes and everything. So, pretty cool. And of course, it has all the classic. It's pretty much just OS 9 there. And this is also a bit of a response to, once again, WARPUDDY666. I'll have his video in the description that he made on the year 2009 Max, and he was talking about the game's Redneck Rampage. It was Redneck Rampage, Sucking Grits on Route 66, and Rides Again. I have yet to find Rides Again or Route 66, Sucking Grits. As in the site that he gives, I'll also give it in this video, Macintosh Garden. which is good for finding old OS 9 software and even some OS 10 software and even older like 68K software. I'll have that in the description. But the site right now, as of when this video is made, sorry about the focusing, it's pissing me off. But as of right now, when the video is being made, January 1st, which the date on this is wrong, it's July 17th, 1980, because the CMOS goes out once the battery's taken out, and I always take the battery out of it when I'm done with it. But I have, because of course the Macintosh Garden site is down right now because they're moving their equipment, so I can't get these downloads. But as far as I'm aware, you can get Rides Again and Second Grits on Route 66. You can get those on Macintosh Garden. I found just the regular Redneck Rampage on My Abandonware, which I'll also link that in the description. And also, for anyone trying to do this in classic environment, and you got an iBook like this, it has to be a Mac with a PowerPC processor. Will not work on Intel, even if it is an Intel version of Tiger or any other thing that would include Rosetta or anything like that. It has to be a PowerPC processor, like a G3 or a G4 or even a G5. I'll have a link in the description to an Apple discussion. There's a guy near the bottom, I forget his name. I'll add it in the description next to the link too. He provides good instructions, and it has the download for this NetBoot 9 folder, which you need to use, and he gives the good instructions on how to get this set up. If there's enough requests, I'll make a video on my own of it, but it's not very hard. So there's the Mac OS 9 system folder. And I'll just show this right here. There's Office 2001 also I have installed. And there's Redneck Rampage, which I'll show this to you guys. Recommendation, if you're going to do this game on here, don't click on the regular Redneck Rampage here. Click on redneck.res. This one can screw up the colors on your Mac and you have to totally shut it down, so not recommended at least on this system. So let's start this up. The intro plays really choppy, as you can see up there. Or perhaps this was how it played, I don't know. So I've never played this game before just recently, but it is pretty good. It's a Duke Nukem style game. But yeah, it's pretty much what the name suggests. It's rednecks. That's pretty much it. My camera's making the game look really choppy. It's running really smooth on here. So let's do new game here. Downtown. Hard ass.
Jesus Palomino.
So this game is certainly.
We don't take no shit from no suckers.
So here's the game plan. Which once again it's not running too well with my camera, but. Yeah, it runs pretty good. I wonder how. I'm not sure because WARPUDDY said that he got the original Redneck Rampage running, but he didn't. He wasn't unable to get Rides Again or Second Grits on Route 66 running. I'm not sure if they'd run on here. I'm still waiting for the site to come back up to do the downloads for them. But yeah, the original one works fine here. So just once again, run this one and it will work. Just make sure you have the classic environment set up. Of course, I can't see what's going on. I can't tell what's going on. So. So yeah, that's just pretty much what the game is like. It has some great sound effects. If you just let it sit.
We don't take no shit from no suckers.
But just let it sit on the main menu, and you'll hear some pretty awesome quotes. And just it's a funny game. It really is. Especially if you live near people that are somewhat like this, then it will be absolutely hysterical to you. So, and it plays pretty good. It's like Duke. Like once again, it's like Duke Nukem. So. Can give you a good scare though whenever you get around the corner. Of course, also you drink the whiskey or whatever. You drink their. I'm not sure what else they have for alcohol in this game, but you can drink whiskey. I know cheap whiskey you can find around the map. But yeah, once again, sorry, my camera's not picking it up well at all. It's just like really choppy, which it runs perfectly fine on here. So. Oh, what the hell? Totally appeared in front of me. Cheap, yeah, see, cheap ass whiskey right there. Which
Is
once
that
again,
all there is?
yeah, I guess that is all there is. So.
Yeehaw!
So there's that. Pretty crazy game. Check that one out for yourself. Once again, I'll have the link to all this stuff in the video description, and this time I'm serious, I will link it this time. I usually forget to, but this time I will have all the links in the description, because I'm not even sure when this will go up, so. Yeah. I paid $60 for it. It was just the laptop. It also came with, of course, the battery, which still works. As we can see right there, it's on 84%. And it came with the charger, of course, which... I believe the charger on this is the same as on the clamshell. So, also, thing here about this is, of course, once again, the specs are just a bit too low. If you're going to be running Mac OS 10 era games, get a G4 or a G5, or even actually get 2006 Intel iMac with anything below Lion installed, and you might have better luck. So, but for stuff like this, it might work fine. Of course, once again, your best bet would actually be, if I'm correct here. Come on, autofocus. Stop doing that, please, please, please. Goddamn camera. Okay. If I'm correct, it will tell you here, but if you got a system with that's wiped and only has OS 10 on it right here, then you need to come down here to ATA. It will say down here. You have to scroll down. Yes, OS 9 drivers. Mine says no. You need those drivers to install OS 9. I'll even show you what happens here if you don't do this. And I'll show you how to get out of it if you do get stuck in this. But if you don't have those drivers installed, you'll need to do a total wipe of your hard disk. And you'll need to make sure that when you install, you have, I don't remember exactly how to do this, don't take my advice here for this one, just look it up yourself, but you need to make sure that that is an option, or that's checked. I'm not sure exactly, because I'll show that to you guys too, but for installing this, let me close this out. For stupid camera wants to autofocus on this thing, it doesn't know what to think of it. Do this, there we go, okay. But if I forget where it is now. Oh. It's actually an application you have to do. It's search up disk utility. Of course, it's doing this. Of course, I have to exit out system preferences to show you guys. I'm sorry about this. Just do disk. Oh man, are you kidding me? Come on, please let me go. Just look up disk, and then it'll come up. Yeah, at least I thought it would. Okay. Well, pretty much what you do is you go to disk utility. I can't find it for some reason. But you open up disk utility. I believe, I'm gonna look for it. But you go to disk utility, and then you can then, I do not see if there's migration assistant. There's, yeah, I don't know where it is. Disk utility, there it is. Goddamn, man. Okay, so what you want to do this is come over to your hard drive. You might have to do multiple partitions if you want to do a correct dual boot. But restore here. And you want to, actually I'll need to come out to the master, the whole disk. Non-partitioned partition here. You can see Mac OS 9 drivers installed, which I'm not sure it's grayed out right here. Once again, look this up online. I would hate to mess up your Mac or do something stupid and leave you with a Mac with no software on it whatsoever. But in general, that's what you do, and you just install Mac OS 9, then you install 10, and it should. Just once again look it up online. Don't follow me here. I have yet to do this. I might at some point. I'm also planning, though, down the road here, to buy a third Mac, to buy like an actual like iMac G3, like the huge, like the egg-looking thing, the CRT one, or buying a an iBook G3, one of the clamshell ones that sported the colors of those iMac G3s that has OS 9 on it, or even 8.6. Then I'll go from there with that. But it can be installed on this. These originally came with it on here. So once again, I'll just show this to you guys here. Apple menu items, just do calculator again, because through this I can go to my recent applications. Microsoft Word. I tried to install Civilization 2 Gold, but it would lock my system up when I tried to play it, so that doesn't work very well. Once again, my abandonware is where I got that from. It's calculator, hello. I'm trying to do this through the webcam and it's a pain in the ass, so yeah. It's just OS 9 from this point, but there are problems with it. But also listen to this noise, this is funny. So, of course my Mac went to sleep, so I gotta unplug this and plug this back in now. So I'm sorry. That's gonna be the end of this. For me showing it once again, just be careful. And once again, I'm saying once again, I'm not even sure if the video is still going right now because my Mac is in not sleep mode, but it's on the screensaver now. I can't plug my keyboard and mouse back in, so perfect. Man, I don't miss this thing. It's gonna want me to sign in. Am I still recording at all? You guys can tell me if the video's still going. Okay, it's still going. Okay, now it's glitching out, so pretty much, yeah, it just runs the OS 9 stuff here, and you can do customization and stuff. Of course, it's not nearly as good as having it installed, and there are problems with it, but it's probably your best bet if you do get one that's like this, or especially with a G5 or a G4. I'm not sure, actually, I'm not sure if G4 Macs can boot into OS 9. I just know that G5 Macs can't. So, yep, I think I'm going to leave it off here. And yeah, so pretty cool. I'd recommend getting one that is like that has that setup still where it has OS 10 and OS 9 on it at the same time. Or probably even better, get an actual G3. Or get the very first one of this, like the 2001 version of it. Or the clamshell, once again. So, yep, that's going to do it for this one. And while I'm talking here, I'll show you guys what happens if you try to boot into OS 10 or OS 9 here without having this set up. Do system preferences, startup disk. If you want to actually, if this is actually working for you too, select the system you want to use to start up your computer. Mac OS 10 on Mac HD, Mac OS 9.2.2 on Mac HD. I'll select that, restart. And sorry for the super long video, it's a pain for me too, because it's going to take forever to upload. So, lose. But yeah. And, the Apple noise. And then what happens is that you'll get this screen here where it's just gray screen. Then you'll see, after a little bit, you'll see a flashing floppy disk, and then it'll have a question mark on it indicating that it can't find the operating system. Now to get out of this, if you do get into this and you want to get back into OS 10, what you do, turn it off and hold the X key while you boot. I might have been too late there, but just hold the X key while you boot and it'll boot you into OS 10. So, oh, yep. It restarts once it goes to that, and then it'll boot into OS 10. Yeah, I'm not sure if you need to change your startup disk to make it boot into OS 10 every single time again, but that's what I did to get it back into it. But once again, it will show up with the OS 10 thing there. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. Happy New Year's once again. I ended 2017 and began 2018 in a pretty awesome way. It would have made me, at the end of 2016 and 2017, me very, very happy. And I hope you guys had a good one, and hopefully you can shed your insanity if you do have it. Unfortunately, I was unable to, but you know, once again, that's what happens whenever you take the battery out of it. I'm not sure if the CMOS is dead, but I know my original Xbox is the same way, and I know with that thing, no matter what, it's not dead. It just does that. So just keep it on the battery. Don't ever take out the battery if you want to keep your date, and don't want to change it all the time. So yeah, my camera's pretty much just worthless right now, so I'm gonna end this off here. Also, just make it quicker to upload. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this vid. If you need any help, man, comment below. I'll try to help you if I can. And yeah, so that's gonna do for this one. So, catch you guys later.